Hi guys, it's NG10 Reports. We're in Derby today trying a little bit more street filming. If you've enjoyed the street filming, make sure you subscribe. We won't be getting shown to you forever. But we're just at the St. Peter's Church. Dates back to the 11th century. 1045 this church was founded. And just up the road from it, chained to the back fences there, is a load of Deliveroo and Just Eat bags. So using this church as a safe place to deliver, presumably from these shops here. We won't make any further suggestions or anything surrounding what they might be doing there other than delivering Just Eat, but who knows who they are, because certainly Just Eat, Uber Eats and Deliveroo do not. So guys, as I said, we're in Derby today, having a little bit of a walk around, see the state of things. It's a town I've never been in for a little while. Seems to be some activity. If we just do a cheeky little zoom in, I wonder what's going on in that alley right there. You're seeing that. So, and then have a look at this this board here. Let's see what's going on at the church today. What are you really doing? Baton of Hope, Derby and Derbyshire. Well, we have had a big rise in Christianity in the country lately. It has definitely been something that has, oh sorry guys, messing about with the zoom here. Definitely something that's been on the rise in the UK. People claiming it to like take back their national heritage. Not a Christian myself, or would describe myself as a Christian myself, but what beautiful buildings. And think of the, some of these stones are very old. I'm sure the church has had restoration works done in the past, but you can't get much more than that in terms of heritage. A church that stood for nearly 1,000 years in the centre of Derby today. As we go along, I'm sure we'll run into many other types. Maybe see if we get some interactions. Maybe some folk like Maggie and Ilkeston the other day. We'll see. But let's just, for now, walk around and enjoy the town of Derby. Just heading up now. A lot of interesting people, looking people around. Not really to judge, but just for you to see exactly what's going on in and around Derby. Not going to be, going up to anyone who doesn't want to be spoken to, but I have got some questions in mind. If anyone decides to want to speak to us today. Oh, that's a nice bit of sunshine. So, I believe, do you remember we had, 1 second. So guys, what can we tell you about Derby? Derby is, they've got a football club, Derby County Football Club. Some boos there from people. If you support Nottingham Forest, you might not be the biggest Derby County fan. Got some e-bike racers there, nearly running us down. We've got to keep our head on a swivel in this town, guys. But so far, so good. There's some definitely some smells I assume coming from the Istanbul restaurant across the road. Actually smells quite delicious right now, I'm not going to lie. But a vape shop over there, Derby County Market. What do you think's their biggest seller? Do you think it's actually vapes? Or do you think they may well be peddlers of illegal tobacco? Well, saving us tax, saving people tax on their tobacco. That's a potential. When I was a child, anyone in Derby remember? Let me know down in the comments. If you remember when this was toilets here with a clock on it, you had to go underground to go for a wee. It used to spook me out a little bit as a kid. But that was what Derby was, and everyone used to feed the pigeons on there, and it would appear that a lot of people still feed the pigeons here today. Biggest difference being an awful lot of e-bikes around, a lot of delivery drivers. Of all over every town city now, you see delivery drivers, riders on electric bikes whipping around without knowing the exact manufacturer's specifications. I couldn't tell you if they was legal or illegal, but some of them definitely seem to be going way too fast for going by members of the public in pedestrianised areas. But look at the pigeons. I've just seen one with a ring. If you recognise that pigeon, is it yours? Have you lost your pigeon? But yeah, so we'll keep having an explore around Derby today, guys. See if we can find anyone to speak to us or wants to speak to us. That pigeon's a Lone Ranger. Interesting. Sorry, mate. Interesting little statue of a ram. Why is Derby associated with a ram? Well, it all goes back to, I believe, a mascot of part of Derby's military history. I believe a ram, it might have been Private Derby or something like that, but was used as a bit of a mascot for the local Derby. There's some history there, and he got a promotion, and since then the city of Derby's emblem has been a ram. And that's why the Derby County football shirt has a ram on it, or definitely used to have a ram on it anyway. But yeah, so that's a little bit more information about Derby. Obviously the demographic of Derby has changed a lot since I grew up. It was always somewhat of a multicultural hub. I remember the Eagle Centre Market when I was a kid. Always a great place, interesting stalls, lots of brightly coloured clothing. Even had like a Santa's mark in there. So if you remember Eagle Centre Market, have fond memories of there from a kid. You know, I was there as a child from the 90s onwards. But yeah, it's changed a lot. So if you can let me know down in the comments how you think Derby's changed over the years since you've first gone there. So let me know if you spot any of Derby's characters in today's video. That would be great. But for now, we are going to take a little bit more of a walk around and see what we can find to show you guys. Right guys, so we are back at St. Peter's Church now. We'll have a wander around and see what's going on in the other directions. Oh, nice bit of public artwork there. Don't know if that's a nice plant. It'd be alright with some flowers in it, you know, guys. So yeah, it'd be nice if these things were maintained. There's a nice tree in this one ahead. Dinky Donut stand over there, smelling absolutely delicious. But like I've pointed out in Ilkeston, guys, look at that architecture. It's so much more interesting, passion. If I can get a little bit of zoom in there, there's artistry to the brickwork. Sorry guys, bear with me. I need an auto zoom, don't I really? There we go, look at that guys. All up there, so much beauty in these old buildings. And now, what do we get? Concrete, glass and steel, making everything rectangular and taken away from the beauty of towns and cities up and down the country. So got Lloyd's Bank there, bit of works going on inside. Another one of those delivery bikes we was mentioning. Obviously took a quick break. Off he goes, waiting for his McDonald's order. Got some guys here. Hi guys, you alright? Yeah, not too bad. What are you promoting today, guys? Just out of interest.
Basically, yeah, just trying to help the youth with like mental, like who are struggling mentally or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good cause, very good cause. Definitely happy to give you a little bit of a shout out. So Aspire Youth. So what kind of things are you doing in and around Derby that are like positive for the youth and mental health? And
so basically, it's about getting youngers into this little hub that we into this little program that we have. It's called the Youth Funding and Permit Program, and it just gives them access to a lot of these workshops and courses right here. As you can see, we've got some of the youngers in there. Also get some of the youngers into free therapy as well, just to give them the opportunity to drive their life further forward, you know what I mean, instead of being on the street trying to keep crime.
Yeah, definitely. We're doing YouTube today. We might cut a couple of bits out for TikTok, but you spoke very well, mate, especially about your cause. It's NG10 reports. So yeah, we're reporting NG10 in the local area. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Yeah, cheers for speaking to me, guys. Thank you very much. So there you go, nice positive interaction there, guys, with some people that are trying to do something good for the community of Derby, raising awareness for youth mental health, getting kids into programs that are beneficial to them, keeping children off the streets, keeping children busy. So pop over to Aspire if that's something that you want to have a look into. I'm sure I'll have a little look into it myself. But what a great thing that these young people are doing for Derby and the surrounding areas. I say hats off to them myself. So what a lovely, pleasant interaction with those young guys. Ooh, can spin around. A few more e-bikes there, making their way through pedestrianised zones. More and more. Nobody ever pays attention to this traffic light, guys, ever. I've never seen anyone ever wait for this traffic light in my whole life. But oh, look at that. More beautiful, interesting architecture. If you look around, keep your eyes open, you'll see some real classic gems around Derby. Even this building, so grand up at the top. Could be, why can't we build buildings like that anymore? Why is it all just about profit and... Oh yeah. Another beautiful church in Derby, guys. I'm not sure of the name of this one, unfortunately, but it's got St George's cross flying proudly right off the top. So well done to that church, whoever runs that church, showing support for the UK and showing your support for England. Our patron saint, St George, may have been from Turkey, but that just shows that we're more than willing to take in the right kind of people, like those young lads that we spoke to before, and so on. There's plenty of great things that have come from immigration and our past of immigration, but at the moment I believe it's too much, and I think you'd struggle to find any people, any right-minded people that disagree that 30,000 plus people arriving on small boats isn't too much, that 700,000 people net into a country in 1 year isn't too much. Not saying that we're changing the demographic or anything like that, but that kind of population growth, whoever causes it, is too high for a country the size of ours to maintain. Hence, it's impossible to get a doctor's appointment, it's impossible to get a dentist appointment. There's so many more people using outdated and outmoded public services. So it looks like we've arrived with a bit of a fun fair in town today, guys. Knew nothing about that. So let's go and take another look. I believe this is that clock tower there. Is that the old market? Old Derby market? I might be wrong. Like I said, guys, it's been a few years since I've been to Derby. Big town, old town, a lot of history. Let's see what's going on in the streets today. Like I said, Souvlaki, another Greek restaurant there. Lots of multicultural food on offer, as well as lots of languages to be heard spoken. Oh, this is the theatre, guys. Market Hall entrance, it does say there. So, yeah, Market Hall's through there. I wasn't too far off. Got some people as we're walking around here. Let's have a look at what rides are available on the fun fair today. Did you know about this? No, it's something new. So, have a walk around. Again, not making anyone a subject of our video. If anyone, let's try not to aim too much at kids. We're making a lot of noise, a lot of show, a lot of fun thing, presumably put on for the school holidays which start today in this area. Some wonderful things, just walking around Candy Floss Street. So if you're looking for a day out with the kids, guys, it looks like Derby has got you covered today. I should imagine that this is here for the duration of the school holidays in the area. And again, something else great, keep the community busy, make some guys some money, something fun for the kids to do during the holidays. We're going to be heading back towards the Derby Centre now, guys. I'll catch up with you when we're there. So we're back in a different part of Derby now, opposite the courthouse. We're going to make our way up and past the Derby Centre. Just thought we'd showcase some lovely flags here outside of the White Horse pub in Derby city centre. All looking a bit tatty, all looking a bit ravelled up, but at least they're showing their support. Can't be imagining when you're owning a busy pub in the city centre, be up on ladders unravelling your flags every day. So we'll give them a pass on that. So this is what used to be, I believe, the Eagle Centre Market. Used to come here as a child all the time. We mentioned that further on in the video. Looks as though it's being made into a skate park, perhaps. It says there, skate park, paddle courts, make it a Derby Day. So they're going to be using the old Eagle Market section for that. Just have a quick look at some of these signs, just so you can get an idea of what's going on in and around Derby. Looks like there will be a little play park in there, among other things. So things aren't just being left completely empty in Derby. Things are being done. Some is definitely being done to further the city, but all the efforts really being made in the right places. That's for the people of Derby to decide if they're happy or not. Not necessarily for me to comment on. I don't live in the town centre of Derby. I don't shop here very often, I must admit. Try to avoid big towns as much as possible in my personal life, but for you guys, we'll brave the big towns, give you the latest updates and news from around, and see what you can expect on a day out in Derby. So far, so peaceful. There's been a small nuisance of delivery bikes having to keep an eye out over your shoulder to not get knocked off. But yeah, as I said, so far, so peaceful. We are heading back up towards the St. Peter's Church now, so it's not a huge city Derby, but I remember some good times trying to climb that ram as a kid. I'd run down here, let me show you. So I'd run down here when we was finished shopping, come here, and just as these kids are trying to do now, try and climb on that ram. Mum, take a picture. I've climbed to the top. So if that was part of your childhood as well, let me know down in the comments. Some great memories being unlocked as I'm walking around Derby today, guys. So I must say, what a wonderful, blimey, did you hear that? I don't know if the mic picked that up, but that was one of the loudest belches I've heard in my life. Was that one of you guys? Because that was impressive. So there we go, obviously caught the attention of a few people there. Your local shop there, just in the business in the back of the side. You got to keep your eyes open, you never know what you might find in these places. Nice little dog down there, and Betfred. You know, all the sort of shops and people you'd expect in a large multicultural town in 2025. Not as many open shops as I remember. Clearance last few days, so if you want some home decor, get down quick. They've got some quite nice pots and pans and things in there, so if they're closing down, you might be able to get yourself some bargains. Not necessarily nice to take advantage of somebody else's business going downhill, but at the end of the day, it's their choice to close. It's their choice to cease operating. So we've done a pretty big lap of Derby today, guys. Walked around, seen a few people. I've got commitments this afternoon, so I can't spend all evening. I'm sure we will be back again. But so far, start to the kids' holidays in Derby. It's been a nice day. It's been a peaceful day. We'll head back up towards where I'm parked now, and that'll probably wrap up today's video. Unless obviously we see anything that's super interesting today as we're moving around. There is often a street preacher on these benches. Not seeing him today, but a very energetic man normally. Let's just have a little peek around there. This alleyway is clear now, so nobody using it as a urinal or a place to trade drugs anymore. But I'm sure if you stuck around, you'd spot it again. Getting some scaffolding put down here on the NatWest building. We're crossing very close. My head on a swivel on a noisy day in Derby to not be in anyone's way. Shouting from the scaffolders there. Very impressive job. Lifting those heavy boards up there for that man to catch and pour them into use. I wouldn't want to do it, put it that way. Very, very manual job. Difficult job. and not a job I'd see myself doing. There's a reason I walk around pointing my camera at people. But hey ho, let's go, let's showcase what's in Derby today. As we take our final lap, we're on the final straight in Derby. We've been here, I know obviously the video is not an hour long, but we've been here a good hour today, trying to find some interesting things for you all. And so far, so interesting, so far, so peaceful. So we can see some more Just Eat's drivers, very bright and visible. Let me know when you've spotted him. Definitely seems to be a bit of a hub for them here. I can imagine a lot of the food court is now available on Just Eat, Deliveroo, so on and so forth. So they'll use this place, sort of a hub, wait for orders to come up, wait for to go in, grab your food, come out and bring it to you guys who are ordering from home. So it's normally areas like this where a lot of people gather. It's a busy part of the town. If you come into the Derby and Centre, it's one of the main entrances from this side of the town. Hiya mate, you alright? Having a good day? Yeah, definitely, nice to see you. So, bit of interaction for some people there. When you've got a camera in your hand, I feel like people like to see and have a bit of a push, see how far they can go. This is also seen to be the smoking area for Poundland. Yes, sorry? Not quite mate, not quite. It's NG10 Reports if you want to see my video on Derby today, so feel free to give it a look. Got pigeons taken off. Like I said, there are a few homeless people around in Derby. I'm not one to be going and sticking cameras in homeless people's faces, trying to make their life more difficult. But if they want to speak to me, I'm happy to speak to them. Unfortunately, we've not really found anyone to have an interview with today. But we have got some discussable topics coming up, like I said, if anyone did want to speak to us. But all in all, a relatively calm day in Derby. Asked if I was famous by a kid, so that's made my day. Hopefully, you never know, they might find my content and show some people, or they might not. But like I said, when you've got a camera in your hand, it sort of invites people to take a bit of interest in you, see what you're doing, see what your day out's been like, and have a little chat. But yeah, I think that pretty much rounds up our video in Derby today. Just over 20 minutes, so if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. You know, not loads of action today, I appreciate, but I'm not trying to force a story, I'm not trying to upset people. I'm just trying to show you what a typical person might expect from a day out in Derby. So let me know after my video, would you be inspired to come to Derby after seeing what we've seen today? Have you seen any shops that have interested you? Any good looking restaurants? Anything you want me to look into more around Derby, just let me know down in the comments. Send me an email, get hold of me on Facebook, whatever, and we'll try and look into it for you. Do a bit of research, do a bit of digging. But mainly unprepared video today. Made sure I looked up a little bit about the church at the start there, and to give you some information that may be of interest to you surrounding Derby's heritage. The fact that this town's been here for almost 1,000 years, probably before that's when the church was established. That's an impressive feat, and a lot more culture, history and heritage to explore in and around Derby. So I'm sure this won't be the last video I do here, but this is going to be it for today. See what I mean, guys? People will creep by on these electric bikes, and then when they get too impatient, whoosh, whiz right by. You know, bouncing between pavements and on the road. But that's enough rambling from me, guys. As I said, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and have a great day.